Hello there, welcome back and welcome to part 33 of my build log of the Trumpeter 1:200 scale model of the Titanic. Today I am moving aft on a deck and I am looking at the first class smoking room, one of my favourite rooms on the ship. I'm not going to narrate this one too much because the process by and large is exactly the same as what I've done on the lounge and also the reading and writing room before it. So not much narration today, hopefully it'll be fairly self-explanatory, so I'll shut up and hand over to myself a couple of weeks ago when I started on this. So for the smoking room, still quite a lot of stuff, 16 sofas, 74 chairs, and I'm going to mix up a few different chairs. There's two different styles. There's these, which I have only so far used in Café Parisien, and there's these sort of bucket chairs. So I'm going to mix and match those a little bit. More bucket chairs than the other, but nonetheless a bit of both. Two tables of a certain type, 15 of another type and 16 of another type, and then a fireplace. And the fireplace I'm going to make myself like I did in the lounge, just because it's a slightly more specific shape. So I'm going to just sort of shape that using needle files and stuff from an offcut of plastic. So these are in some alcohol now, just getting off the sticky, uncured resin. So I've just done some work on these parts prior to painting. I did these for the smoking room, and there's a few mistakes on the KA instructions. First of all, these doors for the first class entrance and on the other side are listed as not having portholes when they actually should, so I put porthole doors in. And on these parts, these are listed as having portholes when they shouldn't, so I've changed that around as well. So I'll get on and paint these, and then we'll start on the actual rooms. Right, so we've got the really nice tiling down in the smoking room. As you can see, there is a bit of bobbling, but again, that will dissipate with time. So we'll leave that to dry overnight, and then we'll start looking at putting furniture in. Right, now for the smoking room windows. I've got two choices. I've got these, which are on the copy paper that you can print out from the description below. Really nice stained glass. Or we've got this from the KA set, these here. And you'll notice that they're very different colours. The KA set is sort of green, whereas the copy paper is sort of reddish, orangey kind of colours. And the reason for this is that there's debate on what colour scheme the Titanic smoking room actually was. In James Cameron's film, he depicts it as a green kind of colour. So you've got your mahoganies, but then the chairs and the tiles are in green, and the windows are in green to match. But recently, there's been a bit of debate that the Titanic smoking room might actually have been a different colour. And there's a sort of suspicion that the maybe the tiling was in red and blue, and that the chairs were burgundy in colour. Which colour is actually accurate, I don't think anyone will ever know for sure. But my personal preference is the burgundy colours, so I'm going to use the copy paper windows. And they're very nice. You know, they've got genuine detail in the stained glass. The frame matches up with the photo etch frames that'll be above them. So these are really nice. So I'll cut these out, put them in the windows, and then add the frames. So ready to fit the windows. As before, I've sanded out the alcove windows because their apertures weren't very wide. And now we're ready to go. So I'm just building up the walls. As you can see, I've got these walls here, and I've got the one that separates the palm court off from the smoking room done as well. So there we are, completed smoking room. I know this piece isn't seated particularly well at the moment, that'll be resolved later. I'm not going to add any people to the room, because as you could see, through the stained glass, it's quite difficult to see into the room. You get some of the detail, and certainly when there's a light shining out from the room, as there will be when I add the LEDs, you'll see some of the detail, but I don't think you'll see enough to warrant putting people in, so I'm not going to bother. So a few things. I said at the start that I was going to change the fireplace out. I decided in the end not to do that. That's the original 3D printed fireplace, and I've just painted where the heater would be in the middle. Another thing I've done is I've just sprayed the chairs and sofas with a satin varnish because I wanted to give the impression of leather with a slight shine to it. And that's come out really well. The chairs have a slight gloss to them now. Nothing too major, but there's just a bit of gloss there. So that's it. Smoking room is done. Shorter video today, but I think there is some merit in doing shorter videos, to be honest. If you've got any questions or comments, let me know. Whack them down below in the comments, and I will do my absolute best to get back to you. If you want to see pictures of this in more detail, they will be on my Instagram page in a bit. If you've enjoyed it, like and subscribe, usual YouTube slurry, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.